Hello, friends. Welcome into the DLLS Cowboys pregame as we're getting ready to smoke the Kansas City Chiefs. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's get you ready for some football. Meow. Welcome in. It's time for the DLS Cowboys pregame. I do like those words. Turkey Day Tussle.
Yeah, I like that.
We got a Turkey Day Tussle. Dak and Patty, baby. Welcome in, everybody. Smash the like button on your way in. Let's get ready to do some football. We do have our Black Friday sale, even though it's Thursday, because this is how it works. It's live. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to be a diehard to get the Black Friday savings. A lot of people, I'm sure, did take advantage of that. But the Black Friday sale going on at alldlls.com and the merch store, it is on. And that includes 30% off the newest addition to the merch store.
That's on sale too?
That's what Ben said.
That's on sale?
That's brand new, but that's on sale.
That's not even a week old.
That's the Stay Shiesty.
Like we put that together. Well, I should say you put that together, and then they put that together in days, and now it's on sale.
You guys tell me if you can relate to this in the chat, where you come up with something and then somebody else says they came up with something and then other people start pretending that somebody else came up with something. Because Clarence, after I told the company, if we don't come out with a shiesty shirt.
Take your credit, King.
We are doing it wrong.
Take your credit, King.
We want to move Cowboys merch. We must come up with a shiesty
Take
shirt.
Your credit, King.
Clarence on the air says, yeah, and then I came up with a shiesty shirt. And then our GM in our group work Slack is like, and thanks for the idea. And I'm thinking he's trolling me, but I don't know.
Take your credit, King.
By the way, I'm Jeff and that's Jesse. If we want to play drops later, we will. We want to welcome in Clarence Hill as well, the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys. How you doing, Clarence? Thanks for coming up with that shiesty shirt, man.
Man, I was enjoying that. That was a great one, man. You know, sometimes you just gotta take credit, man. You know, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it, baby.
I hate you all.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story or a good come up. It's all about the come up. It's all about the come up.
What's the first thing that we need to know?
I'm at the stadium, and everybody's looking for Taylor Swift. All the media's downstairs. Is she going to be here? I know I made a joke with Dak the other day, and I said, you know, SJ got to outdress Taylor Swift now. She got to come with that. She got to put that stuff on today.
Stop.
She got to outdress Taylor Swift, right?
No.
She got to do that.
No.
It's don't compete. Like, don't even try to compete. Because you don't have enough fans to even compete. Now, SJ might outdress her, but you're never going to win the popularity contest. No. You don't have enough fans to agree with you. So, just let Taylor be Taylor. SJ, you be the fiance, baby mama, girlfriend,
girlfriend,
future wife
fiance
of Dak Prescott.
Fiance, man, fiance.
Fiance. All right, my bad.
They do have plans to get married. They will get married soon, and it's going to be a destination wedding. And I got all that information. I'm not going, but yeah, it's gonna be a destination wedding. So
you act like you're invited. I'm not going.
It'd be amazing if you were invited.
You're not invited.
It'd be amazing. Poor Dak. They'd be doing do you take this woman? And Clarence have a question.
You're like, hey, this is Clarence all DLS. Before you say I do,
Dak would bring Tad with him, the Cowboys PR guy, to shut Clarence up.
Tad will be there trying to block me, but it's interesting. You know, Jonathan Mingo was active last week, not active this week. Which, you know, I guess he didn't show enough on special teams. I don't know, but Jalen Tolbert is back out there active today.
So they're gonna do this. That's fun because I miss the times when we were doing the Jay Toya, Mozzie Smith every week,
right? And
now we're gonna do that with Tolbert and Mingo.
Yep.
Like, look, you run down on kickoff this week. All right, you're out. Next guy run down on kickoff. But no Toya. That makes sense because you got Solomon Thomas now.
And John, you're going to hell for the graphic. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm just telling you, John, that you're going to hell.
That's just Tyler
because of the graphic.
That's
I'm
Tyler.
That's what it looks like.
I'm just telling you now, John. John, there is some gasoline draws with your name on it headed in the direction of hell.
Only reason you say that because you have a theory on Guyton, and did you see?
I don't have a theory on Guyton. No, you. How about take credit for it again? Go ahead, you take credit for this one. You want to take credit for something? You take credit for that one.
You remember the sounds of the sideline when Tyler Smith hit him in the chest, and Tyler Guyton like turned and looked. It was clearly a tight Tyler Guyton face. The other thing that we knew Tyler Guyton was going to be inactive, but the only thing that jumped out to me, Kalen Carson inactive. Yeah. So that means a lot of Chavon Rebel out there covering these receivers. And as well as the Cowboys have done against the run, they will have to cover the pass today against the Chiefs because the Chiefs don't run the ball well, and they do have these three dangerous receivers, certainly Xavier Worthy and Rasheed Rice. You know, Rasheed Rice is a local kid. I saw a lot of number 4s as I walk in the lane with some of his family members there. I didn't make a joke about his driving abilities or anything like that. I looked like they was packing. I'm just saying. I was just gonna.
I do have a question about Kalen Carson because, what is the injury, right? Because it was
got a hammy. I believe.
It was a hammy because I know people are saying that it was dehydration. That's why he came out of the game last week. Then he came back in for a play or two and left back out of the game. And so was it dehydration or is the hammy that's keeping him out? And how long will this hammy keep him out?
You know what hammies, it's week to week, day to day, and I don't think that no one thought it was going to be something that was going to be serious or long when it initially happened. Because yes, it was dehydration. Now he has a hammy, and we'll see. And as Jeff accurately pointed out, he had been playing well. He'd been playing solidly. Now we get to see what the rookie can do. You know, and they're going to have to play man to man. Hey, why y'all doing it? That was Jeff. He was all over it. He was all over it. Okay.
Thank you, Clarence. First time that I said Kalen Carson played well. Clarence goes, he going to the Pro Bowl? That's what I say. He played well. That's all.
Today is the day for Kalen Carson. You know, and we talked about this. The Cowboys can't play a lot of zone against Kansas City. Okay. I know they got the speed guys, but you play zone. And you don't get to the quarterback, and this quarterback, Patrick, will carve them up. And he will just have a field day hitting guys. And so they have to do a lot. They have to play man today, I believe. And I don't know what you guys believe on that, but they have to play some man today. And so, Kalen Carson, not Kalen Carson, but Chavon Rebel, the rookie third-round pick, his daddy say you're a dog. It's time to show up.
All right, we appreciate you, Clarence. Have yourself a nice day. Thanks for coming up with the Shiesty shirt. Thank you for recognizing Kalen Carson's play, and thank you for my observation about zone defense.
Before y'all go, I got a guy here that wants to say hi.
What's going
on?
Ali,
it's good to see you.
Happy Thanksgiving, Ali.
That's Ali Jawad, one of the three best beat writers in that frame right there. Ali Jawad. Yeah. All right. See you guys. Get out.
All right, man.
Tyler Guyton out means Nate Thomas is playing left tackle, and in theory, I don't even know, man. Like Guyton, I do think that Guyton is on the right track. There's still too many penalties. There's still too many what in the worlds. But every time that we've seen Nate Thomas more than just a little bit, I feel like that's been a struggle too. And I saw something, I went looking for something. I went looking for something.
What you go?
Because you know what I do?
Yeah,
I dong around on the internet.
Go get that data.
I did. I went looking for the data den. And because George Karlaftis normally plays, this is the best pass rusher on the Chiefs, or Chris Jones, but Karlaftis leads him in pressures. I'm sure he leads him in sacks too. And he's normally a left end. The last 2 weeks, he's been a right defensive end. Just suddenly, he's playing the right.
Yeah.
And if he's playing the right, he's getting some of Nate Thomas out there.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that?
I'll tell you this. I don't feel very confident with Nate Thomas and Karlaftis going at it all day long. But what kind of boosts my confidence back up a little bit, as we talked about this for weeks now, Dak Prescott has been phenomenal with manipulating that pocket with his movement. The way that he steps up in the pocket, subtle movements to the right or to the left, he understands now the deficiencies that are among his offensive line, and nothing is a surprise to him. And so the way that he's been able to manipulate that pocket, he's been able to kind of just sometimes drift away in conjunction with some of the pass patterns that they've run in the passing game for the Cowboys, that has been on a string. And I think that's the one thing for the Cowboys, that if you're giving up pressure to the outside, that may not be as dreadful as it once was in the past because of the way that Dak Prescott is playing in the pocket. But the Cowboys have to make sure that you can't give up pressure outside and then have the pocket collapse in the middle, because then you literally have to be David Blaine or Houdini or whoever it is to magically get out of that.
Somebody got to block somebody.
Somebody got to block somebody.
That's what we got to do. Yeah, so no Kalen Carson this week should mean a lot more of Savone Revel, which you just tell me which wide receivers the Chiefs are putting on the field, and I'll tell you if I like that or not, because Hollywood Brown's just started not playing a bunch of snaps since Rashee Rice got back. And if you tell me that they're going to play Juju Smith-Schuster, I love me some Savone Revel. If you tell me he's going to be out there with Hollywood or Worthy, man, I get scared about my tall corners playing against little fast people.
And also Thornton, another one of the guys that they run out there who's kind of a deep ball threat for the Chiefs as well. So the thing about it, when you look at not Carson, but Savone Revel is, all right, this is like 3 or 4 games in, right? And you've never seen Patrick Mahomes before, so you don't understand that, one, even when you think that he's concealed or you think that he can't make that throw, he can make that throw. And you have to understand, and I don't know if the coaches, I'm sure they have preached this all week long. The play is not over until you hear the whistle, because this guy in Patrick Mahomes, he runs around, plays backyard football. And the moment you think the play is dead and you release that wide receiver, here comes a 60-yard bomb over your head. And you're looking around and saying, well, I thought they had him. And that's what you can't do with Patrick Mahomes. You got to stay glued to the receiver.
I need him to throw me a pick today.
Okay.
I need one pick out of Patty today because it's part of my prize pick situation, which you guys get to see my prize picks when we start the next segment, but just know that's just one of them. I got about
my boy be chasing.
I got about 8 of them things going, and one of them involves Patty Mahomes throwing a pick. So, Pat, go ahead and do that for me. I sure would appreciate it. Pat Mahomes, I believe the last 3 weeks has thrown 1 touchdown and 3 picks. So they're just such a wonky team.
Yeah.
That is to be respected, is not to be feared, is to be respected, but they're wonky in so many different ways.
Have we got out of the Cowboys defense being a get-right game for people? Are we out of that? Are we completely out of that phase now?
Can I tell you something in confidence?
Yeah, sure.
Don't tell the audience.
You won't tell them at all. Your secret's safe with me.
I got at least one of them prize picks with more than on Pat's passing yards. It's like 270. His number's about 270.
I'll keep that between you and I.
I just figure, if you can score some points, they're going to have to score some points. Right. I don't think they're going to run the ball great against the Cowboys. And so, they're going to have to do something. And I'm thinking about 315, maybe 415, something like that.
I guess you don't believe the Cowboys ain't the aren't the get right team anymore.
I worry about the Cowboys' pass defense.
As you should.
I think there's a lot of pressure to get pressure.
Yeah.
And for the last couple of weeks since Quinnen Williams got here, I believe when I was donging around in the data den, Osa and Quinnen Williams, if you take those two as your defensive tackle duo, they lead the NFL in pressures the last 2 weeks, and they're getting a decent number of sacks out of it. And I think you're going to have to do that. You need them to win. You need them to win early. Problem is, Mahomes start moving around, running around, and I don't have a lot of faith in the Cowboys secondary. It's the thing about this team that probably I fear the most. That combined with the linebackers in coverage. And so, I worry that this could be there's Pat Mahomes kind of game. And so then all I need.
You need Dak to go TB-T2?
No. Work it out. What are the words?
Pat that. So PTB2.
PTB2.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm looking for a little PTB2. Pat that thing 2 times. I should call it the PTT2 because now that they're trying to get us on TV everywhere, I can't really say. So it's pat that thing instead of 2 times, and then let that thing go. George Pickens versus CeeDee Lamb. Who has more yards today, Jesse? Start an argument.
Oh, my God, man. George Pickens.
No!
Yeah. I don't. Here's the thing.
It also doesn't matter. It's just I'm just having fun stirring it up a little bit.
Here's the thing.
Jameson Williams is going ham, bro.
Is he really?
Oh, he's going ham. He just caught like a 50-yarder.
This is right now. This passing offense will run through George Pickens, and he's earned that right the last couple of weeks. The way that he's played, the last month, you can say the way that he's played football. So I don't think CD will be a non-factor. I think he'll still be an integral part in the game. But I just think if teams continue to play the way that they played George Pickens in the past, and I don't know if Steve Spagnuolo will do that, but if they just keep allowing him to run these slants and running these dig routes on the second and third best corners, then he's going to eat. So we'll see what happens today.
There's a really good football game going on right now, and then we're going to have a really good football game going on that we're previewing right now, talking about. But I'm also distracted because I'm trying to figure out how the Cowboys are going to get in the postseason. So I think I need Detroit to lose this game, and currently they are. We'll worry about it in a minute. Coming up next, as we get you ready for Cowboys and Chiefs, the man on the board, the Cowboys defense, what it looks like against this Chiefs offense. It's next. But first, do want to tell you, we got our Black Friday sale going on, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, up to 90% off. Now, I can tell you some of the things that are 90% off because I bought them. I bought a couple of Luka shirts because they were like $7, and I still like Luka, so I thought, why not? But yeah, Black Friday, you do get 30% off all the different things in the merch store, and that does include our brand new Shiesty t-shirt for George Pickens. Not for George Pickens. I shouldn't say that because legally I bet I can't. That's just a Stay Shiesty shirt, you know? Just a mask that you could wear, and then a gentleman with long hair, it appears, is inside of that mask with no face and the word Stay Shiesty. Just a mask on a t-shirt and cowboy colors, kind of, almost, you know, with the blue there. So yeah, take advantage of those sales. Sign up to be a diehard as well if you got the time for it. Sign up to be a diehard at alldlls.com, and we sure would appreciate that. I do also want to shout out and thank our friends at PrizePicks. I love me some PrizePicks. I told you I got about 7 different things going right now. I'll show you some of the picks here in just a second. All you got to do is say you think this player is going to have more or less than this stat: rushing yards, receiving yards, touchdowns thrown, sacks, in basketball, points, rebounds, assists, and soccer. I'm not sure what those numbers would be. I believe you can do some hockey with like shots on goal. You can get wild on your PrizePicks and have yourself a time. And yeah, all you got to do is at least 2 different players, get the picks right, and then you can cash in. PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You want to pick more on Dak, pass yards, rush yards, and tutties? You can pick them all in the same lineup, only on PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use the code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All right, it's the DLS pregame show. Make sure you're back here for the postgame show. We appreciate you being here on the holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And here's our pregame picks presented by PrizePicks. I'm going Javonte Williams more than 63.5 rush yards. You know me, I'm a big believer in establishing the run. Kevontae Turpin less than 16.5 receiving yards, because if that doesn't happen, Jesse's going to blow a gasket. Jake Ferguson more than 36.5 receiving yards, because nobody's thinking about the tight end anymore. Ali is going Dak longest, I'm assuming that's longest pass reception, more than 37.5. Otherwise, Dak's going to have to run a go ball. Javonte more than 63.5 rush yards, and CeeDee Lamb to get more than 80.5 receiving yards. Producer John, man of mystery. Mahomes, the longest run, more than 11.5 yards. George Pickens, longest reception, more than 26.5. And Brevin Spanford, more than 0.5 receiving yards. He's going there down to the bottom of the barrel saying, give me a catch, give me 1 yard. All right, let's take it over to the man on the board as Jesse Holley is going to get you ready for the Cowboys defense and what they are going to do to this Kansas City Chiefs offense.
Thank you, Jeff. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there watching. Thank you guys so much for being with us all year long. We're so thankful for you. All right, let's get to the board. Now, the Cowboys are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs, their offense is normally, for the most part, an 11 personnel type of offense. What does that mean? That means that it's going to be 1 running back, 1 tight end, and 3 wide receivers. Now, this is not uncommon to any offense that you may see in the league. Where it becomes a little bit difficult and now puts Cowboys defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus in a little bit of a conundrum is, how will he defend it? Now, coming into this season, Matt Eberflus, he was a guy who was going to be a 4-man front, and then he was going to run zone behind it, rushing 4, dropping 7. That didn't quite work out for the Cowboys defensively, as you all know. And then they made the trade, and in comes Quinnen Williams. And now Quinnen Williams, partnered with Kenny Clark and Osa Odighizuwa, they have now adopted this 5-man front. So when you're talking about having a 5-man front, this is how the Cowboys have to go out there and play this. And this is where the conundrum comes in. Because look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys up front. You got two safeties and 2 DBs. Now, I know I went to a public high school and a public university. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 11 people that play on defense. Here's where it gets a little bit interesting on how Matt Eberflus is going to play this, because this other receiver, this is going to be a speed guy. This is going to be a guy that they play in the slot. How do they want to defend that? Because now when you go 5-man front, you have to make a decision. Are you going to go 2 traditional linebackers, or are you going to say, now, this linebacker will have to somehow, some way be able to carry this particular receiver right here? Remember, this is Travis Kelce on the other side, right? So do you want a linebacker that now has to play in coverage, this zone coverage that you're going to run? Maybe you're going to run cover 4, right? Guys have to play all of these different areas in cover 4. So that linebacker is going to have to play this area, that area. And so now how do this play out? Or do you say, okay, cool, we're going a little bit untraditional. We'll go linebacker in the middle, and then we'll say, all right, let's go with a star player or a nickel in this position, so that now this is a smaller guy that has to come out and cover this. Well, here's where the conundrum comes, because if you go a smaller player and you have 2 high safeties, this quarterback, which is multiple-time MVP, multiple-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, multiple-time Super Bowl MVP, along with the coach that will be sitting on the sideline, they'll go, hey, Pat, they're in a light box. So what should we do? We're probably going to want to run the football. Now you're saying, well, they have a 5-man front, so cool, that's fine. The Cowboys have done a really good job with getting interior pressure. Now the other part of this, if you go with the non-traditional nickel or star player because you want to match them with personnel, now you're susceptible to the running game. Now, do I think that the Chiefs will try to run the ball inside? I actually don't think they're going to try to run the ball inside. I think if the Chiefs see this type of look and knowing what they have inside with Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark and Osa Digizua, like Jeff told you earlier in the show, have some of the best pressures in the league. Number 1 in the league over the last couple of weeks. I start now thinking they want to get the running back on the outside, right? They want to get him in doing different counters, different zone reads, where now they're getting the ball on the edge, which is going to be imperative that your defensive ends continue to maintain their containment up the field. They don't get sucked inside so that this ball gets outside. This is the conundrum that Matt Eberflus has to play. We talk about the football being a game of chess. This is the chess game that will be played between Matt Nagy and Andy Reid on this side and Brian Schottenheimer and Matt Eberflus on this side. What are you going to do on defense, and how will they respond to it? The Cowboys have done pretty well with this 5-man front. They have yet to see an offense like this. And oh, by the way, this quarterback right here, he likes to run around a little bit. So just when you think the play is over, he's still around here doing something like this, and he goes, whee, and throws the ball down the field. So the play is never dead when you think that the play is over. The Cowboys defensively will have to do something, maybe some man, maybe something, some sort of trickiness that they can bring out that maybe that this team hasn't seen this team run, so that they can have an advantage. It's going to be a fun matchup today, but Matt Eberflus, new 5-man front, he's going to have to go a little bit untraditional than he did before to be able to stop this Chief offense. Jeff, back to you.
Thank you, Jesse. That, of course, is a man on a board, is what you were dealing with there. That was a man with a blackboard, just drawing up some things for you, football style, getting you that football knowledge that you need. Jotman is in the super chat. He said, how greedy am I? Dak, more than 247. Mahomes, more than 291 total. CD, more than 76. Pickens, more than 75. Ferg, TD, and a worthy TD. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. What I would say about that, Jotman, is I admire a man who goes for the gusto. You know, I tend to play my daily fantasy like a coward. You know, I'll pick about 3 players. I'll move their number down so that my return comes down, but I feel more confident that they'll get it. To just fire off the numbers as is and pick about 6 or 7 of them and see if you can pay off the pool, I do admire that sort of gusto, and I hope that you have the best of luck in this game, except for the Mahomes part. I hope he's terrible, and the Cowboys whoop the Chiefs so we can begin to focus on other things like tracking down the other teams in the NFC to try to make the playoffs. That's why I'm locked in currently to Packers-Lions. And I can tell you that the Packers are currently up 7 points on the Lions, and I'm doing my thinking about this in real time, trying to figure out what I want to happen. And I think I want the Packers to beat the Lions, and I think you do too.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Because if you can move the Lions to 7-5, they're down 7 with 3 minutes left to the Packers. You beat the Chiefs, you're 6-5-1. You beat the Lions, you're 7-5-1. They're 7-6. You're ahead of the Lions now.
Yeah.
Packers catch the Bears for the division.
Long way away, but possible.
No, they're a tie away.
Are they?
It's 8-3 to 7-3-1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you the Bears schedule the rest of the way because this is our way to the playoffs, I've decided, is to let the Panthers just fiddle, fart, and fall apart.
Okay.
Catch the Lions next week after they lose to the Packers by beating them. Have the Packers keep winning football games and have the Bears, who are 8-3, fall all the way out of the playoffs and track them down. That's my new plan. The reason for that is the Chicago Bears schedule.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find my way to the playoffs.
No, listen, go ahead. Do your thing.
You think the Bears could lose to the Eagles this week?
Anything's possible.
You think the Bears could lose?
Now, wait. Now
they're falling apart.
Okay, I gotta challenge
but
you
it's
now.
still Caleb and them.
I gotta challenge you now because you have. Now I'm giving you credit,
But it's the Bears.
you have said that the Eagles are falling apart.
You can be
Do
falling
they
apart.
skip a week of falling apart? Did they get it together?
You can be falling. Look, they were falling apart at 8-2.
Right.
They were still winning some.
Right.
You can win while falling apart.
Okay.
Okay. A.J. Brown can have one catch for 4 yards, and they beat the Bears 17-7 on 17 tush pushes. All right.
That's a scrappy group the Bears are.
Can the Bears lose to the Packers the next week?
Sure.
Then they'll beat the Browns. Could they lose to the Packers the next week? Sure they could.
Sure they could.
Could they lose to the Niners the next week?
Absolutely.
Could they lose to the Lions the next week?
Absolutely.
We can knock the Bears out of the playoffs. That's my new path to glory.
They can also win those games.
Hey, man, you don't
My
got to do
fault.
all that.
My bad.
You don't got to do all that. That is my new route. See, Mr. DeVarius says easier to catch the Eagles. I don't think so because of strength of schedule. The Bears only have one poo-poo game left. Everybody else has multiple poo-poos. So I think that's the team to catch. You can control it yourself on the Lions if the Packers can finish beating them here. And then we find our way into the postseason by passing the Lions, letting the Bears fall apart, and we go cooking. By the way, the Packers have the ball 2nd and 10, up 7, under 3 minutes to go against the Lions. What do you think about my playoff plan? That's how we get there.
Oh, we've known this is going to be a long shot for the Cowboys to get into the playoffs, and they're going to need help from multiple people going forward. But the thing that they can help themselves with is winning next week. Like you gotta
win this week too. By the way,
this week as well, right?
But
and that's the thing. According to your plan, it requires the Cowboys to do their part. They got to win today and win next week as well.
Yeah, and that'd be a 3-0 stretch against Philly, Kansas City, Detroit, which before the season started looked impossible. Now that we're actually here, it looks like today that's doable.
Yeah.
Next week, that's doable.
Yeah.
How long does it take for a retired center to get back on the field? Frank Ragnow came out of retirement. Like, is he going to come out of retirement, practice for 4 days, and go play the Cowboys?
Sure.
I hope not.
I mean,
I only hope that he does that if he was like retired, and Ragnow's like, "Yep, I'm back," and he's 240.
Did you see
Tyron?
Did you see? I saw a clip of Tyron this morning.
That's different.
Okay.
Here's why Tyron's different.
Okay.
Every other offensive lineman, you guys may not know this. I'm gonna drop some football knowledge on you. Every other offensive lineman, I feel like, are kind of fat.
Yeah.
Right?
He never was.
They a little fat.
Yeah.
He ain't fat. That's just him. So like Tyron retired and he's like, look, I wasn't eating extra calories. I wasn't, every other offensive lineman retires, becomes a normal person, loses 80 pounds.
Right.
Tyron's like, this is just what I got.
He looked
this is
good,
just me.
bro. He had no shirt on, running like he was doing like a 10-yard split. It was like, I think it was like
1.55,
something stupid. I was
an
like,
NFL receiver, 10-yard split. Yeah.
Like, God, dog.
You think Tyron could come play left tackle tomorrow?
Yes.
He always gets hurt, but I look at him and I'm like, that don't get hurt. He'd be fine.
Nah, he might not be able to do 3 games in a row. He can come. If Tyron wanted to come back and play football tomorrow, he can do it. Like he's that good of an athlete. He's in that good of a shape.
I'd take him right now. Nate Thomas, we appreciate you. Be ready. Be ready in case Tyron gets hurt, but he's going to run out there and get it. All right, are the Cowboys going to win a football game today, Jesse Holley?
I picked the Cowboys to win. I picked the Cowboys to win. I think I'm not saying it's it's going to be a blowout. I just feel that they got a little something going, man. A little belief that they have going. I think the Cowboys will win today and let us down later. Because this is how this thing works for in the Jerry world, is that you build it up, you get everybody to come back on board, and everybody starts believing, and then you like the games that you were saying, oh, they won't lose to the Chargers, they won't lose to the Vikings, they won't lose to the Commanders.
Oh, spit the bit against one something.
That's what I'm saying. And they'll build you back up, and they'll be like, all right, we're right there, baby. We need the Bears to do this and the Chiefs to do that, And then they'll go spit the bit against one of those teams, and we'll go, come on, dog. And then our playoff hopes will be out the window. But for another week, I think the Cowboys stay alive, and the momentum grows.
There's no such thing. 3rd and 3 for the Packers. I'm just doing a Packers-Lions watch-along right now because I need this. Packers 3rd and 3. Get a conversion here, and you probably win this ball game. They can take this to the 2-minute warning. Detroit has no timeout. So, if the Packers get a first down, they're going to win this thing. You beat the Chiefs, then you beat the Lions. You'll be ahead of the Lions. I want to pick the Cowboys just for that, but I also have some worry that this is absolutely a 350-yard Pat Mahomes get right.
Golly.
So, you guys know how I do. Cowboys by 60. I got it 62-2. Chiefs 27, Cowboys 24. Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through. Be back here for the post game. Go get the Shiesty t-shirt. The Black Friday pricing is happening at alldlls.com. We love you. We'll see you in the post game. Peace.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.